Hello, everybody, and welcome to the nation's capital. John Abbott and Paul Hendrick in Ottawa. Ahead of the Maple Leafs playing the Senators to end Toronto's regular season, there is breaking news still. It's Brendan Shanahan that will take over the new role in the Toronto front office as president and alternate governor. That will become official. He'll be introduced on Monday, but we'll talk about it now. Paul, he spent 21 years in the NHL, so certainly a veteran in that regard. What do you see him adding from a front office perspective?
Well, in 6 years beyond that, in management as safety and discipline chair for the National Hockey League and all that goes along with that. But interesting article, John, in the Globe and Mail by Hall of Fame writer Eric Duhachik, who brought up the point that for a lot of these ex-players, the neutrality of an office such as the NHL is fun for a while. It keeps them in the game, but inevitably it's about wins and losses. And I think for Brendan Shanahan, this gets him back into the game, and certainly a good project in the Toronto Maple Leafs, a base of hockey talent that he can work with and then move forward and finally bring success on a consistent basis to this organization. And all you have to do is to look back at his career as a player, as you've mentioned. We'll start with Michael Power High School right from the get-go. 1 year there before going to London to play for the Knights, but they won an OFSA high school championship, the 3 Stanley Cups, and an Olympic gold medal in 2002 playing for Pat Quinn. So he brings a lot of great things. He brings a winning legacy, and certainly Toronto can use that.
A pedigree of winning and experience in big markets. Detroit, New York Rangers, both original 6 teams. Do you see that being helpful coming to Toronto?
I think it is, and growing up in Toronto certainly helps as well. But you mentioned New York and his time with the Rangers before things ended there. He also played in New Jersey, was exposed to the likes of a man like Lou Lamoriello, and then his time in Detroit where he won the Stanley Cups. Ken Holland, all those great players, Coach Scotty Bowman, it goes on and on. And you talk about being competitive. The old Gordie Howe hat trick, I mean, he had 17 of those, the undisputed leader all time in Gordie Howe hat tricks. Even the man himself, Gordie, only had 2.
Well, I think that's something players will appreciate, and being the Hall of Famer, recently retired, former players taking this position around the league, it's becoming more and more trendy. Do you see that being a strong point, a connection to the game?
The fact that he's only 45 years of age, into the Hall of Fame in 2013, not that far removed from the game as a player, and the players certainly can relate to him. And you talk about making the league better and everything around him better. All we have to do is to go back following the lockout season of 04-05 and the famous Shanahan Summit and the 10 recommendations that came out of that 2-day event in Toronto that certainly made the league better. Brendan Shanahan now on board officially Monday morning to make the Maple Leafs better.
Well, it'll be a fantastic intro to the world of blue and white for Brendan Shanahan. Leafs TV will be there. We'll bring it to you live from the Air Canada Centre. That's Monday at 11 a.m.